Just dropped Rose off at daycare, have showered. It's time for F***It Friday to begin. Thanks again for sending in all your topics. Let's go to the first one now. F*** it. Where do babies come from? F***ing. Next one. Steel Panther. Steel Panther! Nice. Good one. Thanks for sending that in, whoever you are. Steel Panther is basically like a parody metal band who had me as the star of the video for their song, The Burden of Being Wonderful. The Burden of Being Wonderful is a song about being so awesome it's ridiculous. If you ever want a pick-me-up, very fun song. It sounds just like Hysteria from Def Leppard. Steel Panther is a fun band to see live. They personify the whole hair metal thing. Side note, they're great dudes. I worked with them for around a week. They're a fun hang. They have great perspective on the business. They're all great musicians. They're all sober, with the exception of maybe one of them. We shot the video all over LA and did the finale at House of Blues, RIP, on the Sunset Strip. And here's the thing that I think of when I think of Steel Panther every time, besides them being awesome guys and a fun band and good songs. And I grew up during the hair metal era, you know, so I got a soft spot for it and being like the dumbest fun. Do you remember the scene, the shot from the video Home Sweet Home by Motley Crue, where there's a girl and her hands are up and she's on someone's shoulder, and the person who she's sitting on is, with her permission, I believe, raising her shirt to show her boobs to the band who is on stage, and you know they blur out and they cut to Tommy Lee, the drummer, and he's just like, whoa, into the camera. Do you remember that? That's those guys. They live that life on stage exactly the way we saw those dudes growing up. Like the adolescent thing, you know, when you're like, tits, what? Bro. Like, that's them. They're all married. They all have kids. When they inhabit that old, dumb, horny adolescent thing that we all lived, you know, not just limited to men, women horny too, you know, adolescent girls, all that stuff. Like, everybody had that thing of being kind of like, whoa, sex parts. All of us. And I've never been on stage and been flashed with more boobs in my life. Women just yanking them out, yanking them. Women of all ages, yanking them, boobs everywhere. And I'll never forget the drummer drumming just like Home Sweet Home, and this girl in the front row just goes, hugush, and just throws them, you know, right out onto, I believe, the edge of the stage, and the drummer is like, whoa, and he looks at me like, eh. A grown man. Like, if I see boobs, it's like, wow, okay, you know, boobs are great, but I'm not like, oh, yeah. So, just wanted to share that. Hey, that just killed me when the drummer did that. Okay, so, all right, next topic. Different kinds of making coffee. I'm from Portland, Oregon, where coffee is a religion. And it was when I was a kid. Before the whole coffee culture thing came around, before Starbucks even came around, there were places that did a really good cup of coffee when I was growing up as a kid. You didn't meet a lot of people drinking Sanka back then. Well, that's decaf. What would it be? MJB, my initials. Did you guys have that coffee? Anyway, Folgers Crystals. Nobody gave a about Folgers Crystals for the most part in the city proper. So we always had good coffee. But now it's internationally snowballed to this point where there are people who are full-on coffee snobs. I don't mind a shitty cup of coffee sometimes, you know, at a gas station or whatever. It's caffeine. It does the trick, you know. Not to be like all caffeine's the same, but kind of. And I do like a cup of coffee. A good one. Don't get me wrong. I make my own cold brew because I'm extra pretentious and I'm 23. But I heard the most expensive kind of coffee is coffee. Look it up. That is grown out of the beans are picked out of the shit of a certain kind of monkey. There are these monkeys. They go up and they eat the coffee beans off of the plant. And then later they go take a dump. And some poor person, like, and I don't mean poor like they don't have money, some person who has a terrible job goes around and pulls these beans out of piles of monkey shit and then grinds the beans and then they roast it. And it's very, very, very expensive to drink monkey shit coffee. Look it up. It's actually a thing. That's the corner I won't turn. I won't turn. And I know you're going, yeah, well, Braunger, you'll eat mushrooms, which is grown out of a cow patty. Okay. But all cows eat is grass. So it's, you know, their crap doesn't even smell bad. And hallucinogenics, it's a different thing. I don't drink I don't drink mushroom tea every morning. Okay. Mushrooms for me are like maybe twice a year, if I'm lucky. Coffee is every day. Coffee is the one thing I can inarguably say I am addicted to. Like I can't do without it, you know, which Michael Pollock says is fine. Look it up. Okay. Anything. Okay. Just talk about anything. Oh gosh. Okay. Off the top of my head. Did we ever find out who paid off Brett Kavanaugh's debt? I think he had $135,000, like he was in 6 figures of debt. It got paid off and he got the nomination. Now, I don't want to get political on here, but my God, you're telling me that doesn't lead to Santos now? And let me just say, I am a huge Santos fan right now. Huge. Because his lies are so bananas. I mean, it's just, he's the Muhammad Ali of lying. Like the Michael Jordan. There's been no one who's gone further with insanely horseshit lies. Do you remember when Jordan took off from the free throw line and just threw one down and we're like, that guy can fly? You know, remember that? Like, how can a human being jump like that? That's how Santos is in terms of, and I'm not even going to talk about the lack of ethics. You know, he's obviously bought and paid for, all that jazz. Let's just look. He said his mother died on 9/11 in the towers. She did not. That's a crazy swing for the fences. And to me, it's inviting all kinds of dark fate for yourself. That's just, you know, I'm not the biggest believer in destiny, but why f*** with it? Why tempt fate? He said that he comes from a family of Holocaust survivors. Evidently not true, because then later he said he comes from a proudly Catholic family. I think I know how they escaped the Holocaust. And look, it's a dark subject, but I don't know if you guys know your history, but the Pope, the most Catholic person living at the time of the Holocaust, heard about it and went, eh. So that's the difference, just FYI, in what your family background is. And now it comes out that he was a drag queen. What? He was something cool? I mean, you just don't know you dip and dive and slip and slide, and you're like, all right, I dodged the Holocaust bullshit of the lie. I dodged your family maybe being a Catholic, I don't know. Dodged you being a champion volleyball player in college, at a college he didn't even go to. That was a wild swing, but I ducked it. And then you go in and you're like, you're going to get Santos, but Santos comes in with an overhead right. I was a drag queen, and you're out. Undefeated liar. I mean, I'm literally, it's like, I'm too impressed to be angry. Okay. Finally, barbecue meat and sauce preferences. If off the top of my head, my favorite is probably Texas brisket. I do love ribs. Obviously sausage. I like American barbecue a whole lot, and I'm a massive fan. You should pick up my friend Noah Galutin's book that he did with the chef of Bloodsoe's Barbecue. The book is coming out. I think it's out now or is about to come out. Bloodsoe of Bloodsoe's Barbecue, who is Texas via Compton. amazing barbecue artist, and only the second American barbecue cookbook by a black chef. They invented it? They invented it. Anyway, but in terms of my preferences, I will go wherever people say it's good. I eat beef, I eat pork, I eat chicken, I eat turkey. But I really love how much it drives some people crazy. I really love how the arguments where people are like, well, everybody knows. South Carolina, are you out of your like, it's so good. It's so good. If I get to pick one, gun to my head, it's Texas brisket with not a lot of sauce. But that's just me. Those are just my preferences. But also, know your history. Black people started it. That's a weird way to end. Ends this thing with black people started it? Do we have another topic? I don't think we do. No, that's it. But thank you guys so much for watching. Tune in next time for another Friday. And also send in anything you want me to talk about underneath this video or whatnot. And come see me on tour. Thanks.